As you may remember, a KWL chart helps students develop critical thinking skills. Students think about what they already know, what they want to know, and what they've learned. K stands for know. W stands for want and sometimes wonder. And L stands for learn. You can use a KWL chart for a lesson or for a unit of study. Let's look at how you can use a KWL chart for a unit of study. Your students will be using their own KWL over a longer period of time. You will keep a class KWL to record the ideas of your group. So first of all, choose a picture that's related to the topic of the unit you're about to teach. Let's imagine your first graders will be focusing on instruments. We might want to use a picture like this. Show the picture to your students. Ask them, what do you know about instruments? You can say, this picture might help you remember some things you already know. Ask students to write a few sentences about what they know in the first column. This is under K for what I know on the KWL chart. As students are writing, mill about the room to see how students are doing. For young students, you might even ask them to draw simple pictures. Ask each student to read one of his or her sentences to the class. Write these ideas in the first column of your class KWL chart. I like to repeat each idea with the student's name, saying, Anna knows that there are many different kinds of instruments. This personalizes the language and builds students' confidence. This step is very important because it helps you as a teacher assess students' understanding of the topic and their use of language. You might find that some of the ideas were incorrect. Students may have a very basic understanding or limited use of vocabulary to talk about the topic. Now we want to help students expand their knowledge of the topic by creating questions. These will go in the middle column. This is under W for what I want to know, or as I said, wondering on the KWL chart. As a teacher, what do you want to know? What do you wonder about? Share some of your ideas to get your students started. You might say, I wonder what this big instrument sounds like. And you can point to the tuba here. Then write a statement as a question in the middle column like this. What is the name of the big instrument and what does it sound like? How does it make that big sound? Walk around the room as students write some questions in the middle column. What do they want to know? Encourage them to write at least one question. If students need help, brainstorming with a classmate is a useful strategy. Over the course of the unit, students usually think of more questions to add. Have students share their questions with the rest of the class. Write these in the middle column of the KWL. This sets the stage for your new topic or unit. As a teacher, look at what your students already know. You can build on this knowledge. There are many resources that can help you. What vocabulary do your students need to know? What grammar paradigms will help them? What are your students wondering about? How will you help your students learn more about instruments? Brainstorm some ideas. Watching a video about the orchestra, reading books, YouTube, asking friends and family, playing instruments. Your students may have many ideas too. As your students begin to answer questions, write these ideas in the third column. This is under the L for what I learned on the KWL chart. You might even draw a line from the question to the answer. Add new vocabulary and grammar too. Using a KWL chart develops your students' critical thinking skills by developing their ability to establish what they know, what they want to know, and then to reflect on what they have learned.